Hello and welcome back. I want to briefly go over setting up an account in Parent Portal and also doing the Part 1 registration, which is actually enrolling your student in Parent Portal. And then I'll briefly go over the Microsoft Forms. So first we want to start, of course, at our homepage. And I'm going to discover SMSD. And of course, we want to become a Spartan. So once you kind of hover over this, you're going to see the pre-K and kindergarten registration, which is what we're doing at this time. So we're going to click on pre-K and kindergarten registration. And we're going to scroll down to the bottom. And you'll see these steps right here. The step that we're going to go over is going to be step 2 and step 3, which step 2 is the online registration via Parent Portal. It says if you do not have a Parent Portal account, you'll need to create one prior to enrolling your student. Please be sure to upload all documents listed in step 1 to complete online registration. If for whatever reason you cannot upload your documents, you can always email Miss Duran, Lilybeth Duran, at lduran@staffordmsd.org. Now this is for pre-K and K. She is the attendance clerk for pre-K and K. So now we'll be going over here to create a new portal account. If you already have an account for another student that you may have at the high school or any other campus, you can always just log on to that account and enroll a student that way. But if you're brand new, we're going to go ahead and come to the Parent Portal page of Ascender and we're going to click on Create Account. Now here you have 2 steps that you'll have to follow in order for you to complete the process to creating a Parent Portal account. Now please be sure that the email address that you enter on here is easily accessible, because after this it's going to send you a verification that you must click on, and you need to be able to, of course, click on that to verify your account, because other than that you won't be able to enroll a new student. Hit next, and I'm going to select what was your high school mascot. Mine was actually a Spartan. So we're going to hit next, and of course it's that simple. It's going to say your Ascender Parent Portal account has been created, and we'll hit finish. Now here is where I was saying earlier, of course you need to verify it first for you to be able to have full functionality of your account. Right here you see that it's grayed out. So I am going to look on my phone, and usually it comes to you within a minute. And I just got the email, so I'm going to go to my phone and click on the link that it gives me, and it says verify email. And once we do that, on my end it says your email has been verified successfully. But in order for you to see that, we have to log out. So I'm going to click on this icon and hit log out, and we'll just go back in again. Let's see if I remember how to get in. There we go, log in. And now I can actually click enroll a new student. So let's click on that. Once you click on that, it's going to take you to the new student enrollment page where you have 6 steps. Now you have 6 steps. The only thing is that technically final step is just submitting to district. And enrollment forms, we don't have ours in Parent Portal. We have ours in the other part that I'll show you after this, which is Microsoft Forms. So we're going to start here with the name. I'm going to make up a name. Hit continue, and it's going to take me to part 2, which is the enrollment key. And again, I'll hit continue, and it says your key has been created and verified. Continue. Now in this section, you are going to be entering your physical and your mailing address and contacts. Now keep in mind that the contacts here that you add are going to be the contacts that we will use for emergency use, and then also the ones that will be able to pick up your child. So we're going to add address, and I'm going to make up, again, an address. I'm going to skip. Now, if your physical address is the same as your mailing address, you can just hit copy, and it's going to copy your address here. And we're going to save it. Now, of course, we need to add a contact, and it's going to ask you for the cell phone. And the preference, I'm going to put cell because I'm only going to put that in. My relation, I'm going to put mother. Emergency contact, yes. Migrant, I'm going to put no. Now, of course, here you would go in to fill the other fields. Address, your home phone and business number, other phone if you have it, your occupation, email. Please be sure to add this email on here because in the future, once your student is already enrolled, if you need to update any contact information or address on Parent Portal, you can do that, but it's not going to allow you to do it if we don't have the same email that you're using for your Parent Portal account set up in our information system. So we pretend that we added all this information and we're going to hit save. And we'll go to continue. Now we're in the part 4. So here is going to be my student's name, the one that I entered in this part 1, and it's going to say edit data. Of course, we don't want to remove. We're going to click here, add edit. So once you do that, it's going to give you the address here. So let's say that you had 2 addresses in the part 3, and your student actually lives at the physical or the mailing, either or. You would select that address. But here I just put 1. If you need to make a change to it, you can return to step 3 just by clicking on this. So then here, if you want to select contacts for this specific child, because you can go ahead and add all of the contacts, but let's say that you have 2 students that you're enrolling, you can have different contacts for each of those students. So here, since I only put 1, I'm only going to select Elizabeth, and I'm going to put her as the primary since she is the only one. Now, in this section, we do need to fill out all of the fields, and there are comments here that say, please enter student's first name as appears on birth certificate, same as the middle, last name, when it goes into the date of birth. So please be sure to read those little comments. Now, I'm going to skip down to the date of birth. If your student has an email address or phone, you're more than welcome to enter it here, but it's not needed. Social, the same thing. You do not have to provide that to us, so you can leave this blank, or you can go ahead and already upload it or enter it into this field so that it'll be in our information system. You do have to select or make a selection for all of these. So for the ethnicity, I'm just going to go ahead and put yes, and then for all of the race, I'm going to put races, I'm going to put yes as well. And for the student's area code and phone number, I'm going to put the same number I put in earlier. Now, once you've selected that or entered those fields, it's going to ask you for special program information. GT, special education, bilingual ESL, 504, dyslexia, and so forth. And we're going to just go ahead and go down the line and we'll put yes for everything. Actually, we're going to put no. Well, yeah, we can leave that and put a comment here and just put resource. Because you can go ahead and enter a specific program in there. Now we're going to put yes for everything else. Now, if there's other programs that we don't have listed on here, feel free to just enter it into this field right here. Foster care, I'm going to put is not in the conservatorship of DFPS. Student is student homeless, we're going to put no. Was student retained, we're going to put no. Now that we've entered all of this information, of course you're only going to enter what pertains to your child. So now that we have all of this information in here, we do have the option of uploading the following forms: the proof of residency, the driver's license, birth certificate, and immunizations. Now, to upload these specific forms, you would click on this blue button. And once this pops up, it's going to say choose file. Once you click choose file, it's going to open up your actual files on your computer. So once you do that, you would select the file and just click open. Now, because we only have these specific forms, if you have other files that you need to upload, you're more than welcome to put that in there and just add a description on there if you wanted to put, this is the last report card. This message will be able to be seen by the attendance clerk or the person who is actually enrolling your student. After you've done that, you can upload. If you feel more comfortable just adding these specific documents and then just emailing everything else afterwards, you're more than welcome to do that as well. So after that, we're going to save and continue. If you needed to stop at any point for some reason, you can just go ahead and click save and continue later and you can come back to it. But we're going to go through and save and continue. And as I said, there's no enrollment form, so that means we'll enroll student, which submits it to the district. And the way that you know that this has been submitted is that right here you're going to see an enrollment date and time, and you're also going to have a confirmation. This confirmation is going to have, if you hit print, all of the special program information and student data. So now I would suggest that you all print this, and even if you don't have access to actually print it, save it on your computer. I would hit print and save as a PDF so that I can save it on my computer. But before you get off of this page, if for whatever reason you plan on not saving this, please be sure that you save this key here. I'm going to copy that because you'll be asked this key for the next part that we'll be doing right now. So I copied it. And now we're going to go back to the pre-K and kindergarten registration page, and we're going to go to step 3. Now, of course, this is for pre-K and K, so for pre-K there is an additional form which they'll need to fill out. Is the pre-K eligibility form for 2020-21. And here, this is the part where I was talking about as far as the Microsoft Forms. Since we don't have the forms in Parent Portal, we have them in Microsoft Forms. And this is where you'll need to add the key over here into this part here. So we're going to begin. Now I won't go through all of this. As I stated, this is 100 questions. So it does depend on what you answer for some questions, because depending on your answer, you might get asked more questions or less. So it might look like there's only one question, but once you continue answering it, it's going to keep going. So be sure that you're filling out the form for the right school year and for the right grade level. This says Part 2, Stafford MSD 2020-2021, Online Enrollment Packet for Pre-K and Kindergarten. So at this moment, it does say we're currently receiving enrollments for 2020-2021 Pre-K and Kindergarten students only. We will start accepting all other grade levels during the summer. So the first question is, have you completed Part 1, Parent Portal Registration? So of course, that's what we just completed. We're going to hit yes, but if you have not completed it and you hit no, it is going to kick you out and it's going to say thanks, and you won't be able to continue. So you need to make sure that you do that first. You can click on this link so that you can go into the Parent Portal to fill it out, but since we've already done that, we're going to hit yes. See, once I hit yes, the submit goes all the way to the bottom and I get asked another question. And this is the part where we'll put the key that we saw in this print confirmation. I had it copied, so I'm going to paste it and take off all these additional blanks. I don't know why I have those at the beginning. Take them out. And we'll continue going. Do you live within Stafford MSD boundaries? This here will take you to the transportation page where you'll be able to see the addresses to see if you're zoned to us. If you are zoned to us, you would put yes. If not, we would have to go into more specifics to see if you are a non-resident student transfer, and you would need to speak to the registrar to get more information on that. At this moment, we are not accepting non-resident student transfers for pre-K, and all other grade levels will be put on a wait list at this time. So here we are going to put yes, and you'll see that more questions continue coming up. So of course we want to go through all of these forms, all of these questions to fill out the form, And here you'll see it goes up to 31, but this one, depending on what you say here, it might ask you additional questions, or it might just skip over the health section so that it can ask you other questions after that. Once you are done, of course you want to hit submit. And once you hit submit, it's going to say thanks, and that's how you'll know that it's gone through. Let's say here, I meant to say no. Here you'll see, thanks, your response was submitted. Please call the campus registrar to complete registration. So this is what we want to make sure that you see once you hit submit. If you don't see this message, then for some reason it did not go through. Please reach out to the campus attendance clerk or registrar so that you can make sure that everything that you're filling out is actually coming to us. I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope that you're able to successfully enroll your student in Parent Portal and in Microsoft Forms. And if for whatever reason, you can go back over here to this page, Discover SMSD, become a Spartan, and you will see all of the contact information for all the attendance clerks and registrars. Please feel free to email them if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you just want to make sure that it's complete, feel free to reach out to them through email, because at this point we are not operating our normal business hours, so please feel free to reach out via email. Again, I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope you have an amazing day, and we want to welcome you to Stafford MSD. Thank you.